Hi everyone, yes, I'm back with yet another awful TNT list, except this time it has otters. In the last video, I was looking at the top 16 lists of the SCGCon 5K, and I noticed all the decks have to be playing one otter. So let's go take a look real quick. It's this guy, Valley Floodcaller. They have Flash. You may cast non-creature spells as though they have Flash, and also, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, rats, you control get +1/+1, and you untap them. So everyone's playing this card, at least in the Grixis decks. I think every deck played it. I don't know. A lot of decks played it. And I'm sure all of you were like, this isn't new tech. You know, everyone's been playing this card ever since Bloomborough was like spoiled. But you gotta remember, I don't pay attention to CDH that often anymore. I can tell you all the pump spells that go into Rakdos, Heroic, and Pioneer. I can't tell you if this card was like a staple or not. So this is a new discovery for me, and that's why we're building this together now. So, Valley Floodcaller lets you untap your like some critters, right? So then I noticed other certain decks were playing this card as well, and I'm sure you can all guess it by now. Banishing Knack. So Banishing Knack until end of turn, target creature you control, just any creature actually, not you control. You can bounce a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So pretty simple combo here. You target the Floodcaller itself when it can tap. You tap it, and then you bounce a Mox Amber, replay Mox Amber, make a color, and then it untaps the otters, and you like do it infinitely, right? You could do this with a Soul Ring, Mana Crypt. Just kidding, no Mana Crypt. What else? Mana Vault. I don't know if I'm playing it. I should be playing it. Not the Chrome Mox. So actually kind of not that many artifacts. It's kind of like those two. So maybe we should add a Mana Vault. We'll do that in a second. But essentially, you can stop leaking all my secrets. Can you go back up to top, please? Thank you. So, because we're playing this card, I kind of thought about other otters we could play, and then Phoenix brought up this really cool otter. This guy, Kitsa, Otter Ball Elite. So Kitsa has Vigilance, Prowess, it can loot, and also you can tap it, and copy an instant sorcery spell you control, and you can choose new copies. You can only do it with power 3 or greater. So Kitsa is basically a creature version of Isochron Scepter. Sort of. You do have to get its power to like 3, but you know, it's not that hard, right? You just resolve the prowess trigger. You resolve the second prowess trigger before Dramatic Reversal resolves. So you'll have it, right? You just have to cast one other spell before that. And then basically you use Kitsa to copy Dramatic Reversal, untap all your non-land permanents, tap Kitsa again, infinite copies, right? You kind of need artifacts and stuff. We're like dorks. So we have 2 otters. And with these 2 cards, I was kind of thinking like, well, this deck's kind of interesting, right? And then one thing that I used to play in Pioneer was something like Banishing Knack, was Rona, right here. So Rona, Herald of Invasion, one of my favorite cards ever designed. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, you can untap Rona, and then you can tap to loot, or you can flip Rona into like this super beater. I don't think it's ever happening in CDH, so you know, if you ever have enough mana to sink into Rona and turn into a big flip creature, you know, you can read it when that happens, but I don't think it ever will happen. The important part about how Rona works is Rona works kind of similar to Valley Floodcaller, or it's a similar combo where you play Banishing Knack, or in my case over here, Retraction Helix. You play Retraction Helix or Banishing Knack on Rona. Rona can only target Mox Amber. He's the only one that works with. So you target Mox Amber right down here. Oh, I should play Trinket Mage. And then you play Mox Amber, tap for a color, untap Rona, tap Rona, bounce the Amber, then replay Amber, infinite color, like infinite mana, right? And then you draw your deck with Thrasios. So this deck kind of reminded me of that deck. So I was pretty excited to like try it out. So then I started kind of like brewing a little bit more and adding more cards. Mockingbird is interesting here. We know what Mockingbird does, formerly the like Dockside copier, the Ragavan copier, but now it's just a clone that can also be untapped, right? Let's see what else we have over here. We have the Polywog Prodigy. You know, this is like blue Esper Sentinel, sort of. Not really, just draws you a lot of cards, but can also be untapped with the Floodcaller. So we have a couple cards that can be untapped with Floodcaller. And the thing I added from there, I know this is like kind of very freeform organic, but I wanted to go through how I built this deck, and then we can see how it worked. Because we have these creatures that can be untapped, I wanted to play Earthcraft again. This isn't for infinite. you probably could somehow do infinite. I mean, like, once you have the infinite untaps, you can have infinite mana, but you already have infinite mana with artifacts anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's either Earthcraft or Cryptolith, right? I can't tell which one's better. I think Earthcraft's more interesting. But I have Fertile Ground and Wild Growth so that your Earthcraft can be even better. So once you have Valley Floodcaller, even if you don't have the infinite, if you can untap your creatures and tap to make mana with Earthcraft, I feel like that's like quite good. So a little bit of Rog Thras-esque like tech over there. And then an interesting thing that I realized and thought about here is we have a forest, we have an island, and then I have an Urborg. So this is not something I often play. I mean, I guess it's like pretty normal, but I think Urborg is even more useful here because we have the 2 basics that we could be untapping with Earthcraft. So now your Earthcraft doesn't only tap for like just a green or a blue, it can tap for a black as well. What else do we have in this deck? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through kind of like what's special about this deck as I've been doing, how I kind of like arrived to this list, and then we'll do some playtesting, and you can check out the list yourself in the description box below or see what happens. We have a Tyvar here. Tyvar was from that Pioneer deck I was playing with Rona. Just like generally I thought it was very powerful. I know this is played in Sisay a lot, just to like be able to tap your creatures immediately. I think this played it like Jeggy too, maybe. But you can tap to untap 1 creature, you can mill 3 creatures and return something, which is actually very, very relevant. Whenever I play against Tyvar in any other format, the mill is actually almost as good as the static. The static is really good because your creatures can tap immediately, right? Which makes a Valley Floodcaller, all our like kind of tap based combos better or easier to execute because a lot of them require like a turn cycle. But here with Tyvar, you just play them and they have pseudo haste. But the mill is good, or the recursion is good because basically you can do your thing. Like, well, let's say you have a Tyvar in play, right? And you play some like creature that's mana value 2 or less, like Kinnan, right? They counter it, you still get to return it, right? So the recursion is actually very powerful. So I like that a lot. And also if someone like Bowmasters your Bloom Tender earlier, you can later kind of Tyvar, bring back the Bloom Tender at one point, get a lot of mana. There's like a lot of utility to it. I don't know how good it is, but probably good enough for an OTTERS TNT deck. I kept the Ewit because Ewit Snap Cradle is just like a free combo to add in a deck. No reason why we skip out on that. I like Kinnan Basalt still a lot because of Trophy Mage, actually. So what we also do in this deck is play Relic of Legends. I like Relic of Legends a lot, especially if we're doing lots of untapping stuff. So Relic of Legends can be found off a Trophy Mage, and a Trophy Mage can also find Basalt Model. There's a lot of good targets. So I kind of like that. I kind of like having my tutors be able to find different pieces that are kind of generally useful, and they can like chain them together. We have Kior's Follower. So this one I've seen in Rog Thras decks before. I think we've seen this card's pretty old. You can untap target permanent. You just use it to untap Cradle or untap like a Bloom Tender, right? You can untap anything you want. Then on top of the One Ring, it's like really, really good. This with Freed from the Real, I think, yeah, Freed from the Real is like also kind of like an infinite win. You just have a land that has Enchanted with Fertile Ground or Wild Growth, ideally with blue, has to be blue. Fertile Ground's easier, Wild Growth has to be blue. Then you can untap your Kior's Follower infinitely, and then tap the land that makes double, and then like win the game. It's also the same thing as you put that on a Bloom Tender. You know, you have infinite mana as well. So I'm not sold on it, but I think it's kind of cool. There's a lot of tapping action in this deck, so I felt like it all fit with the plan. And there's also one card that kind of glues it all together. I think you might have seen it. We have Kitsa. So Marvin is interesting. Another pseudo haste card. It's a Duskborn card. Marvin we just play, and then Marvin just has all the activate abilities of all creatures. So you can get another Ranger Captain crack. You can get the Kitsa ability. I think it's automatic. No, it's not. It's no prowess. You can get the untapping. I don't know, just like making mana. Marvin seems like really, really good. So just added them there. Then Psychic Frog. Oh yeah, the other Spice card. We have Psychic Frog. So Psychic Frog is our Tymna beater. Also, we know Psychic Frog has been just like ruining, not ruining, but it's very good in all the other formats. Good in Modern, good in Legacy, good in Vintage Cube, probably wherever else you can play it, right? Psychic Frog draws a card where you deal combat damage to a player or planeswalker. You can discard a card to make them bigger, and also you can exile 3 cards to make them fly. So the discard part is important here because we have the secret card. It's not that secret. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Soul Cauldron just kind of like smooths up the whole thing. Because if people just kill your creatures of tap abilities, then, you know, you snap it on to the next one, right? By exiling it. Agatha's Soul Cauldron Ranger Captain is really powerful, but the other really neat thing that you can do is you can exile a card and put the counter onto the frog, otter, whatever creature, and now Valley Flood Caller can also untap that and you gain those abilities, right? So if you put the Bloom Tender ability onto like a Polywog Prodigy, cast a non-creature spell, you get to untap, make 4 more mana, go again, right? Play another activate Thrasios, do something. So Frog kind of helps us discard cards, which is sometimes useful. Frog can be untapped. Frog draws us lots of cards. If you have a Tymna, that's at least 2 cards just off Frog and Tymna alone. So quite strong. I added Recruiter of the Guard to this deck. So you'll notice there's a lot of creature tutors like Spellseeker, Trophy Mage, Recruiter. And I did a couple early goldfishing sessions, and I felt like you still run into the problem of like a lot of just like A plus Bs and Cs. And I just wanted more tutors. But we already have kind of like all the good tutors. We have Demonic Tutor, Imperial Seal, we have Vampire Tutor, Worldly Tutor, all the tutors we have all the tutors we can imagine, right? Not enough. I want more. I want to be able to spend my mana like every turn and like get something out of it. So I like Recruiter the Guard, I like Spellseeker, I like Trophy Mage. Spellseeker is really important here because Retraction Helix or whatever, Banishing Knack is a thing we want to do. So I want to maximize the ability to do that. I think I should be playing Mystical Tutor. I kind of forgot to put that in this deck, but still, I like the creature here anyways. Because the creature is also important for Gaia's Cradle. So we'll see how that goes. Mean Bet's good. Kind of here's all kind of like the staple cards, so I don't need to go through it. Then we have this spicy card, Whispers of the Muse. I added this last minute. So Whispers of the Muse draws you a card as buyback 5. So it costs 6 to cast it. My thinking is if I have Valley Flood Caller and then like a way to untap something, I don't know yet. We'll have to see how this all works. I was thinking I might want to instant speed Way. I guess Valley Flood Caller makes my Mox Amber infinite. Like I have haste, so this is actually unnecessary, but still a cool card. I want to see how it goes. But the idea is like I can untap things, play this, and then like untap all my creatures' net mana ideally, and then with my Gaia's Cradle, and then draw my deck and win. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably have to cut this session immediately. Then the rest of the deck is pretty standard. I kind of went over everything else that's important. So we talked a lot. Let's just dive into it. Let's just see how this deck plays out because I'm pretty excited. Okay, so here's our first hand. God, this hand's cool. It's like not really good, but like I love that there's Prodigy. Turn 2 Prodigy, turn 3 of Seaport Muse. We have all 5 lands. Like we have all 5 mana sources here. It's probably good. The thing I don't like about this hand is that it doesn't like have a win con. Like this doesn't really count as a combo piece. And there's like really loud interaction. I also never played a Prodigy before, so I don't know how to like read this, like how good it is, but it's super cool though. So if I was playing for $1 million, I might mulligan this, but for $50, yeah, I'd play this. You know, if this was like round 2 of an event and I've got a game to lose, I'll play this. If it was a win it in, probably not, but it's cool. So let's see how it plays out. Draw. Okay, we'll pitch this one first. So first things first, we identify we need double blue for Polywog Rona for turn 2. So we have to go find ourselves a Musey. Oopsie, I drew an extra card. That's how you win games. You just like secretly draw cards when you're tutoring. I heard that's like the spell table special. Okay. Oh wow, there's so much card draw. 4 mana, boom boom. Turn 3, draw a card. Oh wow. All right. First of all, let's see what our options are. This is the worst one. So the reason why I keep the 4s is just in case we draw an Earthcraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The best use of our mana here is to play the Seaport Muse, but it doesn't do anything except for loot, and it holds a mana. I'm actually more inclined now. Oh, also I won't draw an extra card for Prodigy. Just pretend we drew a card. That's interesting. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm more inclined to do this. Sentinel, Thrasios, untap Rona. Feels so good. Draw a card, discard a card. Pitch this one. Orchard. Oh, I already play a land for turn. Marvin, untap. End step. Let's loot again. pitch this one. The looting is just good because we have a lot of A plus Bs and stuff. So just being able to like refine our hand a bit, it's very good. So let's say we ripped like 3 cards off these 2, which I feel is pretty conservative here. Oh, wow. All right. We have Valley Flood Caller. We have Tainted Pact. That's gotta be like a win. So, I mean, no matter what, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because Valley Flood Caller lets me untap everything. Well, first of all, let's see what we have. Oh, that helps. Don't we play a land? Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It cost how much to do? Okay. It has to be the Shifting Woodland then, which is a very good card. But the way I would play this is Resolve Kutzel, right? I can't win from here. Double colorless and a blue-black, you know? I'm dumb. I don't know how to do this. Resolves. Then we play Relic of Legends. Oh, also untap Rona from Kutzel. Now I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seaboard Muse. Untap Rona. That's how we protect our turn. And then we go untap everything. Someone else's turn. And now we get to do stuff. Also, we have to like kind of clean up our board a little bit. There's a lot of stuff. So here, I guess see how it goes. I'm pretty sure people are just not going to do anything. If they try and go for something, then we get to make a move. So let's pretend they like try and remove something, right? They're moving Seaboard Muse. We'll activate these 2 first. Let's draw 2. Mana Drain. Tyvar. Wow. Rona. Let's do Rona first. Yeah, let's do Rona first. Draw a card, discard a card. Lotho? It's non-creature, right? Yeah, I don't need Lotho then. Alright, so what we're going to do, I want to try to do, is I want to try and Valley Flood Caller. And then I want to go 1, 2, Tainted Pact. And let's see how far this goes. If I Retraction Helix, yeah, I win like that. The One Ring. So how do I do this faster? I'm going to put these over here real quick. Right there. All right. That was easy. Banishing Neck. Here on the Marvin. No. Valley needs to tap. Oh, this deck is not as good as I thought it was. Wait a second. It is as good as I thought it was. Because what I can do, ow, stop biting me, is I can flash in the Tyvar, and now I can play this. Is that all my mana? Oh, but that's okay, because we untap Rona to make mana. Because I played a Tyvar. That all kind of... There's no way that this deck would ever work out that well, because I'm sure everyone's got like interaction, but that was a cool assembly of a combo. You gotta admit that. All right, so you see why this deck is cool? Like all the parts come together and it's like super sick. This hand is cool. I'm keeping it. Winning in? No. For video? Yes. Draw. We're gonna go Diamond, pitch the Orchard, and then this one will find myself a green source. Let's go take a look at the tropical island. Boom. And then tap 2, play a Cure's Follower. Let's go. Draw. Play this. Unfortunate that, you know, I probably should have thought that through a little longer, because I saw there's a Ranger Captain. Yeah, I should have found a white source. So, might be. Let's just do that. What's it called? This is why it's important to always sequence out your first few turns and how you want to fetch. What's it called? Tundra. You go 3 manas to play the Ranger Captain. I guess theoretically I could have done that, right? Oh wait, what am I doing? I want turn 1 like this, right? Turn 2, play the land. Yeah, it didn't even matter. We play we play the One Ring. We untap this thing, play the One Ring, draw a card. Oh my god. If I draw Fertile Grounds, I can actually do the thing that I wanted the deck to do. Boom, boom. Okay. Land with a Science Effect. We have a kit. We have 5 manas. We're going to draw 3 cards. As actually, we don't have enough mana to support all the cards we're going to draw. So I know, Wild. I know. Trust. This is going to be nuts. I'm going to play the 5 manas worth of permanents instead. Okay. This will find myself a Savannah view all. So now the question is, do we play the Kutsil or do we play the Ranger Captain? I think we play the Ranger Captain just because this can do something. While the Kutsil's just like, oh, destroy my stuff. And then we'll get a Mockingbird, I guess. Right? It's like a 1. It's pretty neat. Wow. Imagine if this just copied Dockside. That would be so good. Draw a card. Oh my god, Relic of Legends. Okay. First of all, this was a... Wait, this is... How many draws am I in? I think this is 3 draws, right? Turn 1. Yeah. No, this is only 2 draws. Nope. 3 draws. EMAP. Find Cradle. We're so close to Free from the Real working. So close. Because we're so close, 4 draws. We can do a lot of funny stuff here. But I can't untap everything. I can untap my stuff. I need a Valley Flood color. So, I guess first things first. Relic of Legend doesn't do anything here either. Oh, it does give me mana. Alright. EMAP, crack, EMAP, find Cradle. That's all we always do. Just like always find a Cradle. If you're ever wondering like what I do, just like find Cradle first. Then we'll think through the rest. Cradle here. Then we go Cradle, Deathray Shaman. Now makes 4, floating 1, Relic of Legends. Now we have 3 mana available. 3 mana available. Oh, wait a second. I'm super duper silly. Let's go back for a second. This over here, 3 mana for the EMAP. Crack the EMAP, play this. 1. This was already tapped because I drew. So I have, this is already tapped as well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Yeah, it's not enough. Oh my god, this is like such a big brain turn right now. All right, let's go back with our plan here. We have 4, floating 1. Now we have 3 mana available. 3 mana available. Floating 1, 2, 3. We are short. 3, floating 1. That only nets me 1 mana. Doesn't untap anything. Basically, what I was going through my head is I could untap, put this onto the Kiora's Follower to make a burst of mana. I can Banishing Knack to like put back the diamond to like make more mana, but that only nets me like that does it as a neutral. Ultimately, if I went Spellseeker for a Dramatic Reversal, I've won the game. But I don't have enough mana to do all of it. So because we're floating in green, let's just Thrasios here. 9 cards in hand. 2 mana available because of the two guys here. 2 mana available. I think we just pass and let some of this stuff go. We'll let the land go. Let the lands go. It's fine. I'm pretty sure they won't let us take another turn here. Pretty sure everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Thrasher's gonna win." Because if we do take another turn here, we definitely win the game, right? Because we play Kutzil, we play Spellseeker, and like find us the Dramatic Reversal. Kitza copies it, and we go infinite. All right, we'll do one more. God, I love decks like these. I love decks that like you kind of have to just like piece together and win. I think they're very fun. So these hands aren't super dope, but this one does have a Psychic Frog. Turn 1 Shaman, turn 2 Thrasios Cradle. Seems not good. We could Psychic Frog, draw some cards of Tymna. I do want to show off Psychic Frog would be like. So let's keep this super medium hand. This is like a 5. I would keep this. No, I wouldn't even keep this as a 5. Oh, we have a Force of Will. This is just such a bad hand. No. Okay, so we're at 5. Now we're actually at 5. This is way better. I'm so glad we didn't do the thing. So this is bottom. I think it's L, right? Bottom. Move to bottom of the library. L. Shift L. And then this finds my Soul Ring. So I think it have to be Marvin. Yeah, Marvin doesn't do anything here. All right. First, let's go draw for turn. Tundra. No. Tundra, find Soul Ring. Play Ancient. Tap that for, okay, yeah, it works. Find Soul Ring. Or Esper Sentinel draws cards immediately. That's actually kind of an interesting question. I think Sentinel might be better just to see more cards. Because this is going to see us 3 cards over the next 2 turn cycles. This is going to see us that many cards for 1 without exposing ourselves to a super blowout. So let's draw like 2. Then we'll draw. Wow. The hands are brutal. Or the draws are brutal. I'm going to play Deathray Shaman here. Pass. And then, what does ET find me here? I can find a Ristic Study. A Rista Studda. Draw more cards. Fine. Maybe we don't have to spend the tutor yet. Let's just see what we draw. We'll draw like another card here. Then we'll draw 1 more. This is a very boring game. Yeah, we'll just do the 1 ring draw. Draw 1 more card off Sentinel. I mean, with this many draws, we should like be winning the game here. Okay, what do we have? I mean, it's still just like Ranger Captain Mockingbird copycat Sentinel. Actually, this is a boring game. We'll do something else. All right, here's another 7. Yeah, I like this. This is like a lot of mana. I prefer this game over the other one. Let's exile the Forbidden. We'll draw a card for a turn. Oh, yeah. Let's go. This is a better use of our mana, but I want to be able to untap the Deathray Shaman. So I'll do that. Draw. Cradle. I guess even if it's better use our mana, yeah, we should stick with the rule. Just like do that. Because then this turn we just go Beseiju, Tor, draw, untap, draw, Thrasios, Shaman, Cradle. Well, first of all, actually, before we do any of that, always remember to draw your cards first. Okay, Then we do all that. Then we play the Cradle. Then the Cradle does all that, and then we'll play Quetzal. No point to leave mana open. Draw. All right, one more. Let's draw Rip 3. 1, 2, 3. We do have a Science Effect online right now. What can we do? Toughness 2 or less. I do have a Spell Seeker. Oh, are we doing a Spell Seeker thing again? It might be. It might be that. 1, 2, 3. I don't play land return, so let's play this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Recruiter. Find Spell Seeker. Spell Seeker over here. Oh, we also can tap the Deathray Shaman, don't forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have to tap the mana. Oh, I have Deathray Shaman. Okay, so we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap those are double blue. We're still good. 2 floating, 1 blue floating. Find a snap. I've never pulled off the Eternal Witness snap combo this many times. Find a snap. Then 4 blue floating, 3 blue, 4 green floating. No. 2 green floating, 1 blue. So 1 green floating remaining. Snap the Spell Seeker. Boop. Untap this and this. Now we have 1 green floating. This is tapped, by the way. I don't know why everything got tapped. Now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 green floating, right? Still double blue. Snaps in the graveyard. Put this over here. Let's make it simple. Ewit. 1 green floating. We'll tap everything. So 1 green floating. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So 5 green floating. 2 green floating. Snap. Cast snap. Ewit. Untap both. Right? So I've lost track. I had 2 green floating, I said, and 2 blue. So 1 blue down. So 3 mana, right? Extra free 3 mana. Snap is in the graveyard. So now I go Spell Seeker all 3. Fine, whatever we want. I don't know. Something. Vanishing Neck. Worldly Tutor. Who cares? Noxious Revival. Sure. So now this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is in hand. So 5 go here. 2 floating here. Yeah. I think this is infinite, right? I need to make how much? I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to make 6 mana. So it's actually not infinite quite yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6. Yeah, so we make infinite. The Fertile Ground on the Confluence made it difficult. So maybe next time, just remember to like Fertile Ground on not the Confluence, because that makes it a lot easier too. But yeah, we never did the Valley Flood Caller thing. Well, we did, but it's cool. All right, so that's the Otter TNT deck. Honestly, like, it's a fun deck. It's like a fun little puzzle to solve. I enjoy playtesting this one a lot. I would probably clean up the thing. I'll probably get Whisper of the Muse right now. Let's just do it. For people watching the video, they'd be like, wait, what happened to that card? Oh, it doesn't do anything. And if we want more spice, we could go Mystical Teachings, because Mystical Teachings finds a flash creature, which can be the Valley Flood Caller. Oh, Trinket Mage felt really good here. So let's go put in Trinket Mage. We're just going to start working on the deck now. What card felt useless? All of them. Recruiter was very good. Psychic Frog, maybe too cute. Maybe too cute. None of the good hands had it. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop there. What's Waterlog? There's one last card. I remember. Waterlog Teachings. See, that's cool. That's really cool. What is a land? It's a land. Kind of want to play it. All right. If you want to do it, you can. This was very good too. We never played it, but every time we would have played it, would have been good. All right. Thanks for watching. If you like TNT decks, I have 2 more. One of them's banned. Has Nadu. It's much better than all these, but 2 bad's banned. And if you want to check out some other cool meta decks, go watch the 5K video over here or something. And if you like my decks, please support on Patreon. That helps a lot. You can also hang out in the Discord where we talk about really dumb decks semi-often. I know I'm selling myself here. Okay, goodbye. Enjoy with the Otters.